Hamas said on Sunday it had no major issues after reviewing Israel's latest proposal for a long-sought truce and hostage release deal in the Gaza Strip after almost 7 months of war. A delegation from the group will arrive in Egypt on Monday to deliver its response to Israel's counter-proposal, a senior Hamas official told AFP. The atmosphere is positive unless there are new Israeli obstacles. There are no major issues in the observations and inquiries submitted by Hamas regarding the contents of the proposal, the official added. Israel's government has come under intense pressure from global allies to reach a ceasefire in the war that humanitarians say has brought Gaza to the brink of famine, reduced much of it to rubble, and raised fears of broader conflict. Protesters within Israel are demanding that the government secure freedom for hostages seized by militants during their October 7, 2023 attack that triggered the war. Egypt, Qatar, and the United States have been trying to mediate a new truce ever since a one-week halt to the fighting in November saw 80 Israeli hostages exchanged for 240 Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. Hamas's unprecedented October attack resulted in the deaths of about 1,170 people in Israel, mostly civilians, according to an AFP tally of Israeli official figures. Israel's retaliatory offensive has killed at least 34,454 people in Gaza, mostly women and children, according to the health ministry in the Hamas-run territory. Israel estimates that 129 hostages are still being held in Gaza, including 34 the military says are dead. Hamas has previously insisted on a permanent ceasefire, a condition Israel has rejected. A Hamas source close to the negotiations had told AFP the group is open to discussing the new proposal positively, and is keen to reach an agreement that guarantees a permanent ceasefire, the free return of displaced people, an acceptable deal for prisoner exchange, and ensuring an end to the siege in Gaza. As diplomatic efforts intensified, U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu by phone on Sunday and reviewed the ongoing talks, the White House said. Countries hoping to broker a ceasefire are among those at a summit in Saudi Arabia whose foreign minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan said the international community has failed Gaza. The situation in Gaza obviously is a catastrophe by every measure, humanitarian, but also a complete failing of the existing political system to deal with that crisis, Prince Faisal told the World Economic Forum, WF, special meeting in Riyadh. He reiterated that only a credible, irreversible path to a Palestinian state will prevent the world from confronting this same situation 2, 3, 4 years down the line. Netanyahu's hard-right government rejects calls for a Palestinian state. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, whose Palestinian Authority has partial administrative control in the Israeli-occupied West Bank, appealed at the WEF meeting for the United States to stop Israel from invading Rafah, which he said would be the biggest disaster in the history of the Palestinian people. Israel vows to go after Hamas battalions in the southern Gaza city on the border with Egypt. But the prospect has raised global alarm because much of Gaza's population